Hey there, Chuck. I guess there's enough people in here. So, basically, I was driving around under Carlisle while talking on the phone in a hands-free manner, and I started to notice that I was being stalked by a New Carlisle PD officer by the name of Joshua Shuba. And Joshua Shuba is a governmental agent working for the CIA or whoever is intent on trying to kill me and ruin my life. And his actions here just a couple minutes ago, really solidify and prove that he and other law enforcement agencies have my phone illegally hacked and tapped into because he was tracking me through my phone, and um, I feel that he is near. And I was sitting at a stop sign. There's nobody else around, and I wasn't breaking any laws. I was talking on the phone, and he pulled to the side of the road, and he was watching me. And then I went past him, and then he turned on his lights and then sped away, and then he's on the cross street to the south of me now. And so it's amazing that all of this is somehow legal. And uh, uh, I can only imagine though that if I went through the public records request, the public access laws in the state of Indiana, I would get, either a non-response, or, there are a bunch of laws in the state of Indiana that basically any record or any active investigation is tagged as investigatory. Law enforcement doesn't have to divulge any product or any, acknowledgement that it actually exists. And it's unfortunate because those rules and regulations in the public access laws in the state of Indiana, and then some similar laws in the Freedom of Information Act, and just the general attitude on the state and federal side of things, and lack thereof laws in certain other areas, really create the perfect storm for a massive governmental conspiracy. And have a whole bunch of money than it would prove. And it's really sad that I'm going to have to get creative and do some other things so that I can get my life back, and I make a whole bunch of money in the process legally. And I find it very disheartening that I've tried everything within the legal system, and then basically federal judges, state judges, county prosecutors, and other legal entities are basically saying, well, swine, that we're not going to help you, or we're not going to allow you to use the civil or the criminal justice system to prove what you're trying to. So basically, we're saying that you need to go break the law, or we're saying that you need to go, work, something else out. And that's sad that basically that St. Joseph County prosecutor, and the county police and the state police in New Carlisle, and everybody in between, the FBI, DOJ, President Trump, and everybody else, is basically see that. See, folks, that's a pig right there. See him right there. See him right there, folks? Stalking me. There's two of them. There's that one in the car, and then there's one in a SUV. So if I had to guess, that's Ron Witt there in the car. And he is, you know, I mean, this is the treatment that anybody who speaks out against the New Carlisle Police Department gets. They'll be stalked, and then, you know, a Josh will come around, and it'll just be one, you know, circular fucking, you know, game these motherfuckers like to play. So somehow, I guess I'm making that up, that's not a cop, I guess, even though it has the law enforcement license plate, and he's creeping around. So anyway, folks, that's proof of that, at least. And so basically, I allege that the New Carlisle Police Department, you probably shouldn't be swimming in a hurricane there, Heisenberg. Probably bad for your health. Well, you know, you're one of those people there, America audit, sir, stir, is basically, you know, somebody could provide all the evidence in the world, and you're still going to be like, oh, well, you know, that's just not the case. So, what the fuck are you smoking? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. How is my auditing? So, how is my... Yep, there he goes again, folks. See? Stalking me. I suppose that didn't happen. Anyway, how is my wrench? How are you not blocking all these morons that are talking about the fat parasite himself? Anyway, so I'm probably going to get off here. And you know, I could go follow him. But, you know, he can follow me easier, and then I can follow him. And so, if I get a chance, you know, it has nothing to do with being scared. It has nothing to do with being scared. Oh, wait. He's coming back. This motherfucker is crazy. I'm going to put you guys on hold for a minute. So, they are paralleling the block, is what they're doing now. I just had to check a few things. Anyway, yes, now I am back, sir. So, I want to make the announcement, the swine is in love. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, is there any a vagina that is floating by there, Heisenberg? Did you see any pussy floating by? Oh. Nope, not yet. Just yeah, okay. So we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna. Why don't you lock me up, bitch?
So he loves to follow people, and he's being a total bitch. So he threatened me for just. So Ron Wood is smiling. He somehow thinks this is funny. He thinks this is a game he likes to play. See, folks, Ron Witt, he's doing that at the behest of the CIA, folks. See, so he threatened me for disorderly conduct, and one, who's the victim? Two, any, actual... Here he comes, folks, so he wants to be an asshole. So, I am going to follow traffic laws, so we'll stop here. We'll play his game. We'll play his game. And he's stalking me now, folks. So this is getting to a point of unprofessionalism. And, I'm going to have to file a restraining order against Ron Wood in the Carlisle Police Department because he's getting out of control. And so a normal law enforcement officer, folks, doesn't do this. I mean, he is acting at the behest of the CIA. So he seems to be blocking traffic, doesn't he? He seems to be creating a scene. He caused the house over there to turn on the lights, and he's creating, he needs to be locked up for disorderly conduct. He is creating a tumultuous conduct. He is creating a public panic, and he's annoying people. And, so he's being, highly unreasonable because, he chooses to follow me around all the place. What the hell's wrong with my car? So, I think we have a Mexican standoff until he makes a move. And, did you see how he was using the loudspeaker and yet I wasn't even... See, he needs to understand that... He needs to understand the definition of what unreasonable noise is. And, just yelling at a cop, and I wasn't even yelling at him, is not disorderly conduct. That's not how that works. And yet he's falsely arrested me on disorderly conduct before, and I'm going to take him to federal court so he can understand that's not okay. And, this is going to go great before Judge Gamage, who is the protective order a judge in St. Joseph County, and he is wasting taxpayer resources, following me. I don't quite understand it here myself. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna force his hand. And I'm just gonna follow him around fucking town. See how the fuck he likes it. I mean, he's fucking nothing but a fucking prick. He's nothing but a fucking scumbag, folks. This guy is a multi-millionaire. He got a big inheritance from his father, and he is a scumbag. He's a governmental agent, and he likes to play games. Okay, fine. Let's play. He is abusing his authority. He's wasting tax dollars by playing games. I've done nothing wrong. I was not breaking any rules and regulations. So he can kiss my ass. He loves to play games. He loves to follow people. He loves to threaten people. Oh, yeah? So let's follow him. Let's see how the fuck he fucking likes to be fucking followed all over fucking town. There's nothing you can do about it. There's not one goddamn thing you can do about it. He fucking knows it. So, hopefully, this will get the point through to him. Now he's blocking traffic. He's fucking blocking traffic now. He's fucking blocking traffic. He's a fucking bitch, folks. This is what Ron Witt of the New Carlisle Police Department fucking does. This is what fucking scum looks like, folks. This is what fucking scum does. And there's his buddy right there. This is what fucking scum does, folks. This is what so then now, so Joshua's behind me now. He's a fucking worthless piece of fucking dog shit, this guy. So I'm not doing anything wrong. So here's a cop behind me now. And Ron is crossing the fog line there, folks. I don't know if Ron is drunk. Is he okay? He doesn't seem to be okay. Fucking following me. Fucking following me. See him behind me now? Fucking following me. Fucking following me. Fucking following my ass all over town here. You guys like this, huh? You like to be fucking followed? This is ridiculous, folks. This is fucking ridiculous. They can simply leave me alone. They can simply go away. They won't, though. This is pure actions at the behest of the Central Intelligence Agency. This is what they do to me, folks. They follow me. There's Shuba behind me and Ron cocksucking Witt in front of me. This is what they do, folks. They harass. They'll try anything to pull me over. They'll try anything to justify anything. He's speeding too, by the way, folks. He's speeding through town. These guys are fucking thugs. They are fucking thugs. I don't know what they're trying to prove by this, but this proves harassment. This fucking proves unadulterated harassment. That's exactly what the fuck that proves. They're not doing anything to the natural course of their duties. They're harassing me. So they don't like to be followed. They don't like to be followed. Fucking scum. I mean scum. Fucking scumbags. Fucking scumbags, folks. They're fucking scumbags. For the fucking world to fucking see. See, here's what they don't understand. That is another fucking videos I have, so I can fucking file some paperwork in circuit court with fucking Judge Damage, so that this is a pattern of behavior now. This is gone from, you know, something I couldn't prove to now I can fucking prove. I can take this to a circuit court and get a injunction on the new equipment and everybody else who's doing this. Because, folks, this was clear as day what the fuck they're doing. So, well, I'm aware of that, Willie. And so they watch my live streams, they have tapped into my phone, they triangulate my position. I mean, they do every and anything to harass the ever-loving shit out of me. So I don't know if you guys actually, you know, saw Ron Witt, but he was smiling. He gets off on this shit. So, I'll tell you what'll happen next, because they've done this shit before, where, you know, they'll call other units. They'll call, you know, St. Joseph, they'll call South Bend, they'll call the state police. See, folks, this is what they do. They take orders at the behest of the CIA. So, you know, I love, well, sure they are. You know, I love how, you know, I have people, you know, call me crazy and this and that, but you guys just saw cops following me around, stalking me, thinking it's funny. Yeah. Well, they won't think it's funny when, certain things happen legally and their qualified immunity goes bye-bye, bye-bye. And to be honest with you, there have been some restraining orders granted against law enforcement in other states. So that alone, but I have upon video of these worthless fucking pigs harassing me for no fucking reason. Folks, think about what you just saw. You saw Ron Witt, who is a 40-plus-year-old man who has millions of dollars working as a cop. Now that in itself is, suspect as fuck. Like, if you are a millionaire, why would you be a cop? So I will answer the question. He's told me because he likes to harass people. He likes to drive fast. He likes all the privileges and all the crap that goes along with being a dishonest cop. He's told me. He's told me this years ago when we were still cool. Now we don't fucking talk and, But, so the other component is, though, that he was in the middle of a goddamn street talking on a loudspeaker, and he was disrupting the flow of traffic. So it's like, Ron, hopefully you're listening there, idiot. I want you to lock me up again on your version of disorderly conduct, because I'll beat it. I'll beat it, just like I did the last time, just like I'm going to do in Lake County. So it's like, somehow you think you're not going to be held responsible. So then that just reaffirms that you're a governmental agent, because if you are thinking you can get away with this, then why wouldn't you be acting accordingly? So I can't make I can't make anything up that it was clear as day what was happening. And so Cal Dittmeyer, Cal talks a little bit like this. Cal's a little slow, and he's always got some chewing tobacco in his mouth, and he talks like this. He's the chief of police, and, that motherfucker is fucking, he is beyond fucking worthless. Okay, so we have, cops following me. So I bet you that's a New Carlisle cop. And so here's the other question you have to ask yourself, folks, is how did they know where I was? I'd probably say it's a pickup, actually, to be honest, but... No, it's an SUV. I don't know if it's a cop or not. But, say if that were a cop, I didn't actually tell you guys where I was. I haven't shown street signs or anything. So, how the fuck would they know where I am if they're not triangulating my fucking position and, have not hacked into my fucking phone? So, all questions that, some reasonable people should be asking themselves. The other part of this is that they're going to keep doing this until a state and or a federal court tell them that it's not okay. And, I am awaiting here to basically do the Project Veritas way of doing business on Ron Witt. If a lot of you are not familiar upon a Project Veritas, go look that up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, does anybody have any questions? Ron Witt, you're on my stream. I know you are. Do you have any questions there, buddy, upon, how you just gave me a slam dunk
case for to get a restraining order against New Carlisle Police Department. Do you have any questions upon how your version of disorderly conduct is not the legal version? Do you have any questions, Ron, upon that I'm going to take your $7.65 million in cash and assets and that you're going to understand that this behavior is not okay, it's illegal? See, here's the problem. That these cops are spineless. They are just spineless pricks who have been doing this in the town of New Carlisle, and they work for the CIA, so they think they're invincible. They think they're untouchable. And so it's like, anybody else. Here's the deal there, Willie, that I really don't take the time to file complaints. I'll just, actually take the time to file a federal complaint, a federal lawsuit. And so the town of New Carlisle, and I will have to go up there sometime and get a copy of a form. But basically, how they have the cover sheet, they basically try to intimidate you into not to filing a complaint. So meaning that there are some state laws as far as filing a false report and some other things, and they have a cover sheet. So they cite the IC. They pretty much, in a nutshell, that if their investigation doesn't turn anything, and then basically that in New Carlisle they don't have an IE. I've spoken to the police liaison, Dan Vermillion, who he also works for the CIA. He won't even talk to me. I've talked to the town board, a gentleman by the name of Jordan Boudreaux. He won't fucking do anything. I've gone to town meetings. I have done, everything I can do, and, no one's listening, so that's what the federal courts are for. But my point to this is, though, is if you guys notice, and, I want you guys to go to your local, sheriff's department, police department, and really see if they have, like, a cover sheet to the complaint forms, because I know that the sheriff's department does, believe the state police and New Carlisle and South Bend, they all have this cover sheet that basically that it intimidates you into not filing a complaint, because basically they add some verbiage outside of the statute that basically says that if we investigate, or basically rather if you file a complaint and we don't find any evidence on ourselves, so basically that they're supposed to be honest and investigate themselves. So if they don't find any evidence that they broke any, rules or a procedure or laws or, anything, then, I or anybody else who files a complaint, then we can be, charged. So it's basically a intimidation tactic using the fucking, you don't really hear too well, sir. And just for that, you're getting, put in time out, because I don't understand what you don't understand, sir. But basically, they will do any and everything in their power to make filing complaints difficult. And even if you do get them to look into it, they won't fucking actually, look into it. And the other thing of this is that I don't know how many individuals have tried to file a records request, whether that is a FOIA request or if it's a Public Information Act request, or your state, I guess, version of that. But, that here in the state of Indiana, that's interesting. Okay. Interesting. That basically, let's say, that somebody wants to file a records request. Say you want, when the last time the radar guns have been calibrated, okay, for example. Then there is a provision in the public access law, basically our state's version of a FOIA and or a Freedom of Information Act request. That basically, if the agency says, okay, there's swine, we want your request on our form, okay? So a provision in the goddamn statute that I have no idea where the fuck I am, in the middle of nowhere. That's interesting. Is that they don't have to actually put the form online, okay? They don't even have to mail it to you. They don't have to email it to you. They simply have to have it available. So what that means is the trick that they pull is that they just keep a form or a couple forms at the actual office that you're wanting to file the records request with. And then what that means is if you don't have means to go get it, or if it's a considerable distance, then basically that is another tactic that law enforcement and public entities here in the state of Indiana, they will do anything short of, holding a gun to your head, not to file a complaint and not to actually try to get a record. So basically, that's unfortunate. It's interesting. Basically, how I circumvent their bullshit is just file lawsuits. That's basically my thing. Anyway, does anybody have any comments, concerns, words of wisdom? Any questions you guys have? Anything at all? Well, brake checking, that could get me into trouble, actually, because I believe there's some verbiage in the Indiana Motor Vehicle Code, and I believe another place under Title 35, where if you intentionally, try to create a traffic hazard, then I believe you can be held liable for that. So that's probably not a good thing for me to be doing. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, words of wisdom, hate mail, marriage proposals, job offers, anything? Anything, anywhere. Going once. Oh, and if you guys could share this video if you guys want to crop down the part upon the pigs acting stupid, because this is just egregious behavior upon what the fuck they just did to me. So anyway, I love you guys. I also love the 5 members of law enforcement and Fusion Sim. Go Possum, go Possum, go. Fusion Center staff are lurking. And I hope you guys, are ready to admit in federal court that you guys watch my live stream on duty, and that you guys are involved in a massive governmental conspiracy, and that you guys are just basically just horrible fucking scumbags.